Hey folks, it's Fuller Farm. We're down here in the bee yard. Just going to show you how to install a package of bees. If you've never seen one, this is a 3-pound package of bees. Queens in a little queen cage right in the middle, and they're all kind of huddled around her. When you get a package, you will get a few bees that are dead. That's normal because they've been transported cross country. And on top they've put an M, which just means that they have marked the queen in here. So first thing we're going to do is just spray down the bees with this little water and honey mixture. That'll help them not to want to fly so much. They'll be busy trying to clean each other off. I'm just going to spray all the bees. Now I'm just going to knock the bees down so I can spray some of those that are on top there. And this is a 3-pound package of bees. You can see that it comes with a can of sugar syrup that's been leaking and feeding them, and then there's the queen cage right there. Now that the bees are all sprayed, just need to take off this top cover. Should just pop right off. Now this metal tab here is what's attached to the queen cage inside. And if you can see here on top, this is the can of sugar syrup is flush, so really the hardest part here is just getting this syrup can out. So we're going to hold on to our cover so that once we get the can of syrup out, we can just cover it right back up. The hive tool comes in handy to take this out. And just pop out the sugar syrup and cover it back up. Got 2 that escaped, but that's okay. Alright, just gonna spray them a little bit more. And next thing we want to do is get the queen out of the cage here. Just gonna reach in real quick, shake the bees off, and cover it back up. And there's our queen. If you can see, she's already marked. There's a yellow which designates the year. Each year has a different color. That just makes it easier to spot the queen. Now on this side of the cage, you'll see some sugar candy that the bees will have to eat through to let the queen escape. We'll actually take the cork out on this end, and then the bees will eat through the candy and let her out. That allows the bees to get used to her smell while she's in the colony so they don't immediately kill her. You can see this bee right here is flying around. It's already attracted to the pheromones that she's releasing, so they'll come and try to stay here and feed her and help her out. Those are called attendant bees. Okay, first thing we need to do is take that queen cage, and we're going to take the cork out from the candy end. I'm just going to dig at it a little bit. And just pick it out. So now that candy is exposed and the bees will be able to help dig her out. Next, we want to put this inside the hive. We're actually going to attach it to a frame. Now, if you have attendant bees inside, you want that candy up so that if any of those attendants die, they just fall to the bottom. In this case, they don't have attendants. They'll be feeding her through the cage, but still we're going to do the candy up so that they go upwards. We've got our rubber bands here, and we're just going to use one of those or 2 of those to tie around to secure it to the frame. Alright, if you can see, I'm just pulling a rubber band around here, and it's just going to be up tight snug against that queen cage. So if you can see, it's just staying there in place. So that'll be in the hive there, and then she can crawl out once they eat through all of that candy. In preparation, I've taken out 4 frames from the beehive here. 1 which the queen is on, and then 3 extra ones. Queen is ready to now go in here. And now we can get the rest of our bees and shake them in here. Okay, I'm gonna spray bees one more time before I shake them in there so that they do not fly all over the place. So keep them busy trying to clean each other off. And now we're ready just to shake the bees into the beehive. We'll bring it over to the beehive. Shake them out. If you need to, hit them down again. Shake them out again. It's kind of like the hokey pokey. Shake it all about. You can see the bees are very excited now. That's probably 10,000 bees in that 3-pound package. They're already starting to surround the queen again. So we'll go and shake the rest of these bees in here and then cover it up and let them get situated to their new home after we add these frames here. Shake as many as I can. And then I'll just put the package right in front of the hive, and the rest of them will slowly move out and get into the hive throughout the rest of the day. So now I just want to carefully add my frames back in so I don't squish any bees. There's a big mass of bees down there, so just carefully add these frames back in. They should move as they feel the pressure. You don't want to push down hard, you'll start squishing bees down there. Last frame in. The queen's right here, so I'm not going to put them right by each other. After a few days they'll release her, so there's no harm in having that separation. They may build a little extra comb that you don't want on there, but should be fine. So that's how you install a package of bees. This is all ready to cover up. Put our top board on. Got our inner cover there, and then we'll put the outer cover on. And home sweet home. We've got another colony of bees at Fuller Farm. Now, if you're wondering why I've been using these work gloves to work with the bees today, there's a good reason for that. Let me show you what the mice did to my bee gloves. If you can see that, the thumb is gone. And the fingers are gone. The little boogers ate the leather off of my gloves during the winter. So it's time for me to get some new gloves. Isn't that crazy though? Those mice chewed right through all that leather. So these are useless, going in the garbage. So the work gloves worked as a good substitute today. Last step here, I have some goldenrod honey that we had harvested last year. So to really kickstart this hive, I'm just going to fill up their feeder with some little bit watered down honey from last year. Some liquid gold to help them start feeding. Turn it over, and you can see that honey, watered down honey, start to flow. So that'll be their feed starting out now. And the feeder just goes in front of the hive. Just easily put it in here without squishing bees, and they are good to go.